Yes. Yeah.
But like the comparison, like with me and some of the other guys.
So that'd be something neat to see, the Harris Centers.
The Pirates playing in Williams.
Welcome back for the second period. Keeping with the hockey theme here, the milestones and players looking forward to watch for this one, because there's some good milestones that are coming up. One already was broken. Mr. Phil Kessel himself, who plays for right now the Golden Knights, has become the Ironman of hockey. He is currently sitting at 991 games without missing. That's insane. Think about it. 991 games without missing one.
It is insane that a man with the same diet as myself
beer and hot dogs
going to break 1,000 games, barring any injuries, of course. It's
nuts. I mean, think about that. You just said actually what I was just thinking. 1,000 straight games. Now they normally have a big thing when you hit 1,000 games, because that is a big milestone.
Right.
But to think of this, though, to play 1,000 straight games, that's a hell of a milestone that you're barely ever going to see again.
In today's sports world, you probably will never see it again.
I mean, you don't even see that with Crosby or Ovechkin, those, or McDavid or Matthews with the big name guys. You don't see that.
No. Just feel the thrill, man.
I mean, well, actually, you know what? Let me just look at something here quick. I want to see something here. I'm trying to think of the one website I always used to go to, see if it's actually still up. Because some websites just fall apart on you.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Oh, it's still around. HockeyDB.com.
What is it? He's played for 4 teams now, right?
Boston Bruins. That's where he started his career.
Also 5 teams.
He played 2. He played 2 games in Providence for the Providence Bruins of the AHL. Then after he played 3 seasons with the Bruins, he went to Toronto.
Then he went to Pittsburgh.
Yep, played Pittsburgh where he won 2 cups. Then went to Phoenix.
Yep.
For 3, and now he's with the Knights.
Crazy. It didn't feel like he was in Arizona for 3 years either.
Yeah, it didn't feel that long at all. But yeah, no, 3 years was his thing, and now he's with Vegas.
He's a great veteran addition to that Vegas team too.
Oh yeah, I mean he does bring a lot to it. How to eat a hot dog.
Yeah.
He should enter a hot dog contest too for players.
There's got to be a Kessel dog somewhere around the arena.
Oh my God, they have to. For how much that guy loves hot dogs.
They're definitely not doing themselves a favor if there isn't one.
$1 dog night.
Yeah, $1 dog night. For his 1,000th game, that's what they can do. They can just do a $1 dog night.
Hey, that's one way to do it, right? Hey, you know what? That'd be a hell of a promotion, wouldn't it?
For sure.
That'd be one hell of a promotion.
So
yeah, another milestone that's coming up. We're going to be looking at their Crosby and Ovechkin, since we were talking about them a few minutes ago, nearing 1,500 points.
I was looking at that the other day because I was looking at how close Ovi is to catching
Gretzky or Howe.
Catching Gordie Howe.
Yeah,
And
he's not far off.
no, but and the differential though, like, because that's that sparked the question the other day about the power play. He's very heavy on power play goals, but when you look at the assist numbers for Crosby compared to Ovi, like, it goes back. Like, I'm not a Crosby fan at all, but like,
Well, the thing is, though, when you look at Crosby has the hands. He has hands for the passing.
right.
So his assists I feel are a lot higher than Ovechkin's, but by far.
Oh, they're
Because Crosby's at 899 in assists and Ovechkin's at 633.
yeah.
Now Crosby has the hands for the passes. That's what he's mainly known for doing. Now he can score goals, yes, but Ovechkin has the power for his shots. And the thing is, though, with Ovechkin, everybody knows on the power play,
Yep.
they're going to go to that side. They're going to go to Ovechkin. And the sad thing is nobody can stop it.
Nope.
That's the sad part. They can just keep hammering on that side, and he's going to get it. He is going to hit it. Because right now, yeah, it's just crazy. And Crosby, he just finds an opening. He's good. He's good on his feet. He's good on the he's good with the puck. He's good. He protects the puck very well. Now, like you were saying with the power play, like I said, I would rather have. I mean, depending on who you're playing with, like for Ovechkin, he has Backstrom,
right,
who's a hell of a passer. You have Carlson.
Mm-hmm.
So right there's two that can set up Ovechkin with ease. He's going to have the power to blast it.
Oh, yeah.
Crosby, he can just find an open spot. Because it's going to be to where people are just going to navigate to him. And it's going to leave somebody open.
Right.
So it's going to, and as your question earlier with the when he said that to me the other day about what about Gretzky, in his era, in his office he was deadly.
Mm-hmm.
But also you have to realize with the different eras, the enforcers.
Yep.
Because someone could just plow Gretzky right through when nowadays, and if it was today's era, yeah, there's going to be a scrum, but that's really all it's going to be to it. There's not going to be like, hey, he hit our good player, go get him.
Right.
You're not going to have, you don't see that anymore.
No. And even a lot of the documentaries and stuff I've seen with Gretzky, though, like one thing that helped Gretzky a lot was the fact that he had a lot of ice to play with.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he made the ice.
Nobody was coming for him because they knew if you go after Gretzky, it's just not a good day.
He made the ice.
Yeah.
He made that space.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now Crosby's sitting at 1420 for assists. Currently tied 18th with Adam Oates. There's an old name for you. Yep, 1420 in points. And Ovechkin sitting at in points. And Ovechkin sitting at 1416.
Yep.
So he's not far off.
No. But
he's
I think
definitely not far off.
The goal differential.
Oh my goodness. 783 to 521.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
I think in points, nobody's ever going to hit Gretzky.
No.
The closest one was Jágr.
Mm-hmm.
Because Gretzky had 2,857 points. Jágr had 1921. A little bit of a difference.
Yeah. Well, and then the assists, like not just the points. Gretzky's assist mark's insane.
1693. Next one underneath it of Ron Francis, 1249.
Yeah.
In assists. In career assists.
I I don't think anybody's going to touch that one either.
No, nobody's going to touch the points or the assist.
No.
Now, moving on to the next milestone that's currently being chased, and I know me and Jason talked about this quite a few times, is the Ovechkin chasing Wayne Gretzky. Now, he has to get through Gordie Howe first, which he's not far off.
No. I think the other night he was 18 goals, what I looked at, from tying, so he's 19 goals from passing Gordie.
18 tying, 19 pass.
Yep.
Because Ovechkin's at 783, Gordie Howe's at 801.
Yeah.
I
really believe he'll pass Gordie this year.
Oh, yes. I mean, he needs 19 goals.
Yeah.
For a scorer who averages 30 to 50.
Yep.
Well, more closer to 50, I should say.
Did he get 50 last year or did he get 40?
I think he was in the 40s last year. I'll tell you in a second. Actually, he hit 50.
He did hit 50. Okay.
He did hit 50. Year before, he only had 24, but that was a short season.
That's true.
But yeah, no, he had 50 last year. I mean, so he can hit 50. I mean, he hits 50 the next 3 years. He has it.
Oh yeah. I think he'll have it within the next 4.
Well, I think his contract
is going to be like 41. 40? I think he'll be 41 years old in 4 years.
Something like that.
So,
but I think he has 4 years left on his contract.
Yeah. Basically, I think the contract was set up to be, I think it was 5-year contract.
5 years. Yep, 5 years. Because he's 111 from tying Gretzky.
Yeah, it'll be really hard for him not to pass him.
So it's 112 basically to be the all-time great goal scorer. Right. Which I think if he doesn't hit Gretzky, he's still going to be classified in that ranking as all-time. Just because of what he has done. I mean, he's climbed the ranks through people who have not played in years, who are Hall of Famers, to now being third, soon to be second. Because you know he's going to pass Gordie this year.
Oh yeah, he might. I mean, if he goes on a heater, he might pass Gordie before the All-Star break.
Yeah, because he's been known to do that. He's been known to get 2-3 hat tricks within 2-3 games.
I think he's at 3 for the year now. Maybe 3 or 4.
I think he's at 3.
Yeah, because he ranked 2 in one game.
Yeah, he's at 3 right now. Yeah, no, I mean, he's known to going. He could get a hat trick in 3 games.
On the power play, you always know. You know what's coming on the power play. It's literally just a setup every single time.
Well, with him, it's not just the power play that gets him. It's just how he is. If he gets on that steamrolling play that he does, that just balls to the walls, go, and you give him space to unleash that wrist shot, game over. You might as well just say here.
A little off subject, but the younger guy that I love watching play like that style is McKinnon. McKinnon gets down ice, and it is a bull in a china shop.
McKinnon definitely has, and his speed, definitely he has that speed.
I think with a lot of those too, we've named them McDavid, Matthews, McKinnon. They're all within the same kind of age range, but it kind of kicks, I guess you would say, to our next milestone. There's 3 guys coming up on the 1,000-point club that are, I would say, more of a last era, or the era that is slowly going away.
Yeah, I want to say slowly away because Stamkos has been around for a while. Bergeron been around. Kessel definitely has been around.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're coming up close to it. I mean, Bergeron is at 991. Stamkos is at 981. I'm waiting for my screen here to reload on page 3. And Kessel is sitting at 959.
What is there? 5 cups between those 3 guys?
Yeah, I want to say yes. Kessel with 2, Stamkos 2. Yeah, I think 5. Yeah, 5 total. Yeah.
So I'm just sitting here kind of spitballing on this. So between them, Crosby and Ovi, so you could say that was like the 5 of this generation that's starting to slowly dwindle away. You've got 9 cups between them because Sid's got 3.
Yep, Sid has 3. Ovi has 1. So yeah, right there's
has 2. Yeah. Kessel has 2. Yeah. So 9 out of they have accounted for almost 50% of the cups that it's crazy.
Okay, we actually have to correct ourselves with Phil Kessel's hitting 1,000, the 1,000 game mark. I forgot that he actually hit 1,000 games with Phoenix.
Oh, he hit 1,000 with Phoenix.
He hit 1,000 games with Phoenix. I thought he didn't hit 1,000 yet.
Oh,
but he hit 1,000 with Phoenix.
Ironman streak.
Yeah, his Ironman streak is sitting at 991. I mean, even 1,000 games of an Ironman streak is still 991 is still nothing to shake a stick at either.
He's legit. As long as nothing happens, his Ironman streak will surpass 1,000 games.
Oh yeah.
But that means how many games he played?
According to the website I'm at, which is, was it Quant? I can't talk really good tonight. QUANT hockey.com. I'm just looking up hockey stats here, looking him up. NHL total of 1,213.
Crazy.
He's played 39 NCAA and AHL totals of 14 games. AHL total of 2.
I'm trying to think. Where did he play college at?
Minnesota.
Huh.
He played University of Minnesota. And then 2 games with Providence, and then 70 with the Bruins that year.
Jeez. The old Providence Bruins.
Another one coming up here is Stamkos aiming down 500 goals.
He's another great goal scorer, man. Just those guys, man. And it's always those top end guys a lot of the time that they just look, they have a different look to them. They have a different feel to them.
Well, I want to say they have like a different demeanor when they have the puck, like their heads, like you can tell the way their heads, where their heads looking on the ice.
Right.
And how they're moving. Because some players keep the puck very close to them, where you can tell a goal scorer has the puck like right at the sweet spot of their stick. And he's one of those like Ovechkin and all them who have it on the sweet spot of their stick to get that full velocity. Because Stamkos right now is sitting at 488. Oh, so he's definitely going to hit 500. I mean, I would be shocked if he didn't.
Another one where he'll probably hit it before the All-Star break. If he gets on another,
well, he'll be chasing down the next capital of Peter Bondra. He's at 503.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't realize Jeremy Roenick had 513 goals.
That's crazy. Oh, Ronick. That's two people we've talked about before we even started recording.
Right. Good old JR.
JR. Oh, man. No, looking at this last one here we got on the milestone, you got the Flower.
Fleury.
Closing in. Number 2 all time.
That's a huge milestone. That's a huge rank because he's third right now with 523 wins.
He's had a rough start so far this year in Minnesota, but
because he passed Luongo at 489.
So who's left in front of him just for
the two we talked about of all times earlier?
Okay. So it's Marty and
it's down to the best.
Huh.
Because Brodor's sitting at 691 and Waugh sitting at 551.
Wow. So I don't know if he'll surpass. He might.
I mean, either way, I think Marc-Andre Fleury is going into the Hall of Fame for even just what he's done with, what he did in Pittsburgh. I mean, he has 2 Stanley Cups. No.
I don't think it's a.
Does he have 2 or 3?
He
has 3. How many cups does he have?
He has
3?
I think he has 3.
Yes, 3.
Yeah,
09, 16, and 17.
Because in 17, they were swapping back and forth between him and Murray. Well, in 16, too, they were swapping back between him and Murray.
So, yeah, he has 3 cups. Okay, yep, that's what I thought. But, I mean, either way, I think he's going to be in the Hall of Fame just for what he's been doing here. I mean, he's...
Oh, there's no doubt he's a Hall of Famer. I'm sitting here trying to think of when it comes to netminders. So we talked about Marty and Waugh, kind of the last generation. And in this generation, we've had the Flower. Who else would you put right there with the Flower?
Oh, I mean, what, some of the names he surpassed?
Like within the last, so he was drafted in 03.
Some of the players he's passed for wins. I mean, you're looking at like Eddie Belfour for one, an old Blackhawk.
Yeah.
So it's, he was drafted first overall in 03. So a first overall that made a name for himself pretty well. It's pretty hard to, that's normally you don't see that.
Been a goaltender and being first overall.
Yeah, and to be where he sits overall,
right,
is you don't see that too often.
I wouldn't say here and tell you I think he's the greatest to ever do it, but he's definitely right up there in the top. He's got to be top 5.
He's one of the best. He is one of the best. I mean, the some of the players he surpassed. You have Ryan Miller, Dominic Hasek, Curtis Joseph, Cujo himself, John Van Beesbrook, Beezer. I mean, I have a Flyers jersey of Van Beesbrook. Jonathan Quick. I mean, he has 2 cups. And
he's another one, I guess you could say, within this.
But he only has 361 wins.
I'm just trying to think of. So who was the Tindy in Chicago when they were on the run? They won 3 cups in like 5 or 6 years.
What was his name? I'm trying to forget those. Thanks, John.
I'm just thinking like.
Now I gotta think here.
In the last 20 years, though, I think it's tough to think of anybody other than Fleury. And for another goaltender, like Jonathan Quick's been a big name.
Oh, Quick actually came up from all the way down to from the CHO because he used to play for the Royals.
Yeah.
Oh, trying to see here. Positions. Ante Niemi was the 2010 goalie. Let's see here. God, I love Wikipedia.
Makes life easier sometimes.
So I know it was 11 was I know Boston won it in 11. Kings won it in 12 because I remember that one watching it with. It's right after my kid. It was about maybe the kids were like 6 months old, and 5 or 6 months old, and I remember holding one of them because wouldn't fall asleep,
Right.
and watching the game.
Trying to stay calm.
Well, I had no stake in the game,
Right.
but I normally do not miss a Stanley Cup being raised.
Yeah.
Despite the team.
Yeah. It's like a Super Bowl. It's like the Super Bowl. If you're a football guy, you always watch the Super Bowl just to see who raises the trophy at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. For Corey Crawford, for Chicago for the 2013 Cup. Let's see who did the 14. Who are now 14? Who did their third Cup? Was it 15? They won the Cup. No, the Rangers. No, the Kings won the Cup in 14. It was 15. Yes, where they beat the Lightning. Because Stamkos actually they lost to that one too. Because Stamkos actually has been to a couple Stanley Cups that they lost. I think he's 2-2 in the finals.
Yeah, that would make him 2-2.
Yeah, so I forgot that that Chicago played Tampa that year.
Huh.
Corey Crawford again for.
I think Crawford was the one that was because he was there for 2 of the 3.
Yep, he was there for 2 of the 3.
But still, though, when I think of goaltenders over the last 20 years, you think of Fleury and maybe Jonathan Quick. That might be the next name that comes to your mind for
Chris Osgood.
Yeah,
played for Detroit. Pecorine played for played for the Predators.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of the old school names, like you got Mika Kiprasov, played for Calgary. Mike Richter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was an old name, Ranger his whole life.
That's another thing about a lot of these guys, too, that we've talked about. What's great, I say a lot of them, the Ovies, the Crosbys, the Stamkos. Those guys all stayed with the team that was originally took them. Like
a lot of times that's hard to do.
Well, yeah, I mean that's hard to do pretty much in any sport.
Mm-hmm. Well, ex-Bear Braden Holtby's coming up on 300 wins.
Oh man, Holtby.
Yeah, he's coming up on 300. He's at 299.
I think he's basically backup now, though, ain't he, in Dallas?
Well, I'm not seeing him.
Oh, he's actually out.
I think, I don't know where he's at right now because according to his stats, the last even series of him being on a team was the 21-22 series with Dallas.
Yeah, and I remember now I was actually just reading this the other night. He is injured, and they believe he's probably going to just retire because it's just an injury that'd be really tough for him to come back from.
I mean, to be that close to 300 wins.
Yep. What's he at? How many?
299.
Oh, man. You really want to get back for that last one.
He's sitting at 299.
I think if anything else, because that's like Tuukka. Tuukka came back and tried to make a run at it.
Yeah, Tuukka Rask did, yeah. I mean, Hextall's sitting at 269, or I'm sorry, 296. A little dyslexic there.
When you think of those names, though, like I put Hextall up there a little bit higher, I guess, than Holtby, but he does it. But Holtby's got more wins. That's crazy.
Yeah, Hextall was though more of a brute.
Yeah.
He was more of he will just beat you if he had to. Literally beat you, not just
Whatever it took
stop
to
the puck.
win.
He would literally just crank you. Well, Tom Barrasso, an old school name. Because he played for Pittsburgh. Because he won 2 cups with Pittsburgh.
Crazy.
You look at some of these milestones. It's, that people are coming up with milestones, and that's just insane. Because how hard it is to win a game as a goalie in general is not easy. Is not by far the easiest thing to sustain that.
I think it's one of the, especially with the tendies, that's the toughest, one of the toughest positions in all of sports.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's a very tough physical, of course, but it's a very mental game as well.
When I first started playing, I was a goalie. When I first started playing, I was a goalie in roller hockey.
Was it as miserable as some of them make it seem?
It's a mind game because you're the last line of defense, and you do not want to let the puck in.
Right.
You don't want to let that in. So it's one of those things to where when it's just you and the player on a breakaway or something or anything like that, and that goes in, that feeling that you just let your team down just comes over you.
Right.
Because you just let a goal in.
You pretty much, no matter what, you kind of feel like you're going to let your team down in a sense.
And you got to learn how to bounce back from that. Like to learn, okay, you know what? I let the one in. I can't do that again. You just got to get that mentality of, okay, I just got to bounce back. Because you feel discouraged.
Yeah.
You feel discouraged, and just trying to bounce back is what you have to do.
Huh.
It sucks. I mean, I would do it again. If I had the money and the time, I would do it again. I enjoyed goaltending.
That's one sport that I never actually played, that I sat and go, I wish I would. Like, I enjoy watching it. Probably my second favorite sport to watch.
It's fun.
It's a whole different speed. It's constant car crashes.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
because I played just over 20 years.
Crazy.
In and out of rec leagues, and I have injuries to go with them.
Still feel it some days, eh?
Oh, I do already. Now, what's funny is I'm looking at active players for goals. Mm-hmm. Malkin is behind Stamkos. Malkin's at 448. I thought he was up the list more.
Huh.
Malkin's because he's fourth all time. He's fourth among active players.
Right.
Yeah, looking at the active players, just because it goes Ovechkin, of course, and then it goes Crosby, Stamkos, Malkin, and Eric Stahl.
Malkin, man, and I don't know. I know for a while. I know listening to Crosby on the chicklets. I'm pretty sure Malkin still comes out of the tunnel last.
Mm-hmm.
Because he just
that's just how it is. Yes.
Like he's just an odd guy in the sense of he just.
Yeah, from my understanding, he still does. Still does. Well, Malkin hasn't even hit 1,000 games yet. Because he's coming up on 1,000 games. He's at 988.
Huh.
He's at 988. So he could be hitting 1,000 this year. Depending on he stays healthy.
Right.
Yeah, there could be a couple of milestones this year to hit. Because you got, let's see, a couple players can hit. John Tavares could hit 1,000 games. He's at 957. So he could hit that. Malkin can hit 1,000. So yeah, it could be an interesting way to.
Could be a lot of milestones hit this season.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, definitely a lot of milestones. Definitely a lot of fun times could be coming the NHL way this year just with that. So, on that note, that'd be the end of the second. We'll be right back.